biggest lesson series. Today I have with me
Oluwatosin.
What is your biggest lesson in life so far?
Well, I'll say my biggest lesson in life is that there are so many, but
I know, right? So many. It's when you now have to answer biggest.
biggest.
That's when you're thinking which one is the biggest.
Okay, I'll say that every action you take or anyone takes has an impact. Might not necessarily be immediate impact.
Right.
It might be an impact that
That'll be later or
subsequently.
But that your actions have impact.
Impacts.
Actions have consequences.
Yep.
Wow.
So that's my biggest takeaway in life. So it kind of helps me make sure before I take any action, I remember that okay, what's the worst that can happen? Sometimes you think you've thought about everything
and then
something pops up, which was never expected, but it's still an impact of an action you took. So sometimes even when your options are thinking, oh, the worst that can happen is this, is not necessarily the best way to make a decision on what action you're going to take. So,
actions have an impact.
Yep.
Is there any ways by which you can now make decisions? Like what would now be the guiding?
So
if you know that these actions are going to have impact, what then should make you make a good decision, or what type of action should you make?
So personally, I first think about it in who is my action going to affect.
That's right.
So
that's a big one. That's a big one.
Yeah.
I mean, who is this action going to affect? Myself, other people that are connected to me,
yes.
And do I want it to affect them?
Yes.
Or how do I want it to
affect them? Or whatever impact it has on them, what outcome can result from it? So it's because it tickles down. I do something, I think I'm doing it for myself.
It affects them. They do something, and then it affects me, and then there's that ripple. There's the ripple effect.
So
actions definitely have impact. I mean,
yes.
I'll take that lesson. It's just how hard, because of the fast-paced nature of life, we're not very conscious of the immediate effect of our actions. We just keep doing the things we're doing.
So
and when it's now time to reap the
effect of, then you're like, okay, I took that action.
Yeah.
That's why sometimes intuition and having a principle of doing what is right. Sometimes what is right to you might necessarily not be right to others. But you want to ensure that when it comes down to it and you're telling your story, no one is going to see it as I did this.
I get that. Yeah. So when you are thinking of the action, think about the result or the impact, so that when the impact comes, you will not be able to think and say, why did I get this type of result? When you took that action, what were you expecting to happen?
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your lesson, Tosin. I'll think about that. Every time we want to take one action, now we're going to ask ourselves, what effect is this action going to have, and then who is this action going to affect?
Yes.
Have a beautiful day.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.